Hey, how you doing? Today we're going to Old 56. Well, the first thing we're doing today, besides struggling with technology, is getting coffee. Thank you.
There you go.
Thanks.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Oh, I forgot my receipt. Oops. Right. Alright. We got coffee. We got dogs. It's all good. It's all good. Away we go. Yeah. So we're driving on Old 56 in Olathe. The doggies. Right, dogs? This is a US 56, part of the Santa Fe Trail. Christmas time we came and we did some antique shopping at these little stores. About one block over. Somewhere around here. I don't really have it mapped out. I think maybe right here. It's where the old Jefferson Highway crossed. The old route south of here. There were two routes on the Jefferson Highway. One was the older route that was more finished when they created the road. And that is a western route. That was supposed to be temporary. I've eaten there before. It's a nice little place. Old 56 Cafe. Family restaurant. Nice little googie place. And then the Jefferson Highway, the eastern route, the one that they originally planned to take, but was less developed, less finished, and that's pretty much straight down Metcalf, straight south. And somebody's recently posted a picture of a road map from mid-1930s, and I noticed how exactly the original U.S. highways followed some of the old auto trails and thinking Jefferson Highway parts. So if you grab one of those maps, you can pretty much find the Jefferson Highway on that map, and then eventually they straightened it out, took a lot of the right hand turns and corners, and made smoother transitions, curves and stuff, and they became the U.S. routes that we're familiar with. And then there's a brand new Quick Trip going in right there, big one too. Wow. I like Quick Trip. I also like Casey's. Phillips 66, a distant third. Excuse me. Anyway, but we're on Old 56, and Old 56 pretty much follows the Santa Fe Trail. It's a predecessor road in the auto trails realm. Was the National Old Trails Road. We're on the west side of Olathe now. Antiques Flea Market. I should try that place. Wow, place and time. It's a big one. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. There's some nice old motels here. My goal for today is to make it at least as far west as Baldwin City. Just go on a nice little drive, and it's wintertime, of course. The sun is in the wrong place. Very blinding. You skip around the south side of Olathe, and eventually you end up in the country following this nice two-lane U.S. highway. And this U.S. highway heads west into Kansas. And we drove it. What year was that? 2014? 2015, sorry. We followed it west in August of 2015. National Trails Road, that is. And we tried to follow it as exactly as we could. We went through Kansas and ended up The first night we stayed in Dodge City, and then the next day we made it as far as Trinidad, Colorado. And then after that we headed southwest into New Mexico and got into Santa Fe, and we were on Route 66 from there until Holbrook, Arizona. You know, we made some side trips, Grand Canyon, of course, places like that. It was a pretty enjoyable trip. I know we followed this route for some of it. And, you know, should go with my theme, which is on this t-shirt I've stuck on the headrest, which is Travel America's Backroads is where you'll find us. And it's true, you'll find, if you're really looking for real America, real Americana, where the real people are, the folks, you take the U.S. routes for the most part. And, you know, you get off the interstates, because you won't see America. What you'll see is, you'll see every Walmart you could ever imagine. You'll see all the Lowe's and Home Depots and, you know, all the big corporate chains, McDonald's and everything, Starbucks. But you won't see the real small towns, the mom and pop businesses, and you won't get a chance to slow down and meet people. Now maybe you don't have time, so you have to bypass. That's understandable, but when you have the chance, take the time and follow these old roads. I think you'll find it's really worthwhile. See some very beautiful scenery, and you'll meet some really nice people, and you'll have an adventure. And that's sort of the name of the game. That's what builds memories, is when you have those adventures. You know, I talked to Michael Wallace on camera, and he talked about, you know, you should be brave. You go out and you try those off-name places, and maybe you'll have a bad experience with it, you know. Maybe you won't like the restaurant you try, or maybe the motel room will be a little seedier than you really cared for. But then you'll probably find that you will take the chance and you will have the best apple pie you've ever had in your life. Or you'll meet the nicest hotel keeper who really cares about their place and the travelers that come through, their guests. And maybe you'll learn a little more about your own country, but you also learn a lot about the world. True, we're becoming a multinational world where everything is mixing together, all nationalities and cultures. And some people are really afraid of that. But I don't think there really is anything to be afraid of. I think what happens is that your mind expands and you know things that you never thought about, and you become a more empathetic, decent human being, a little less fearful, because then you know where things are and what people are up to, and what's motivating people around you, as opposed to just hiding in a little hole somewhere, having the curtains drawn, and only taking the quote-unquote safe highways. And I don't know if you ever noticed it, but you get on the interstates, a lot of people take it because they don't know anything else. They don't travel. They take the same roads every day. They're in a hurry, you know, and you're not safe anymore because so many people are in a hurry, and they're willing to kill you just to gain one car length ahead, you know. Not everything that's set in society is really for our good. I also really love this drive. We get up here in Gardner, which we're about to come into, over to the right is New Century Airport, which is an old naval air station, very far inland naval air station, and it's been turned into, it still has some naval reserve base, but it has it's a big airport and industrial area now. And alongside of us to the left are the Burlington Northern Santa Fe tracks. And if we're lucky, a train would come along. That would be nice. You know, especially in the late afternoon, you drive into Gardner and you can see not only in the wintertime you have the sun in your face, but you can see the light glinting off the phone lines into the distance. I mean, the atmospherics are beautiful. Nice photo opportunity, especially if you love trains coming at you in the distance at very high speed. This is an intermodal line, main line of the BNSF. And you know, instead of bypassing all these little towns, you go right through the middle of them. I don't quite know what they've done here. I'm guessing I can turn left, but it's pretty weird. Yep, there's an arrow. It means I can turn left. This looks almost screwy. I can see people turning into the wrong lane and heading into traffic accidentally and unexpectedly, which tends to lead to accidents. I think I might have to get over one. I think I can do that here. Just play it safe, because you know, highway designers, they like to put you in a lane that's a turn lane and never tell you until the last second. And all of a sudden, yep. Written on the pavement, which you can't see, is only left. Right, Jim? Right, Jimbo? I've come through here a few times and shot some videos of trains coming through really fast. I really like this area. It's another quick trip, and there's a Casey's I like to stop at. I've gone storm chasing through here quite a few times. You know, when you do storm chasing, there's oftentimes storm chasing food, and with me it's Casey's Pizza. Although Quick Trip is giving them a run for their money with their new introduction of pizza. But really the biggest thing with these regional gas station chains, which are becoming national chains, I think the big reason behind their success has been clean bathrooms. Period. Clean bathrooms. You know, you see these signs and you're driving along and there's a big sign that says gas station up ahead, and it says clean restrooms, and it doesn't mean that you got to stop and clean the restrooms. No, it means that you as a traveler are assured of having a nice facility that you can use. And it's a big motivator for people, because the reason you stop is not necessarily to buy anything or get gas. It's because you need to stop and you need to take a break and rest. Here's downtown Gardner, and coffee smoothie bar. Here's a little coffee house I like to go to sometimes when I come through here. There's a little antique place there. They're not open though. Gardner City Hall is a huge addition to the place. know, this kind of reminds me a little bit, like all these U.S. highways are very similar to Route 66. So if you can't make it to Route 66, there's always a U.S. highway close by, and it's the exact same stuff. Sorry if I'm letting a secret out that people will get upset. Oh, you're going to take away from our tourism if everybody just has to go visit a U.S. highway. They don't have to come see the Route 66 icons. I'm like, well, there's icons on all the U.S. routes, and a lot of these U.S. routes have something to them that's unique. Like, you know, US 50 is the loneliest road, and US 40 is Victory Highway. And the thing is that the US routes, yeah, you have to slow down and pass right through the middle of the town usually. But that's what's nice about them. You can slow down, you can speed up, and you don't fall asleep like on the interstate. You're going so fast. You know, you should explore America whenever you can. I'm not saying you always have to, or that you know, you don't have time restraints. I understand that. I get that. I often have those restraints myself. Vacation is a finite resource. But when you get the chance, take these routes. Stop in places. You'll remember that vacation much more than you will the one where you had to bust ass to get somewhere. You got there, you did whatever it was you were doing when you got there. Usually nothing. Oh, there's a train. Intermodal. TOFC. Trailer on flat, or no, COFC, container on flat car. Forgetting my train types. And here's a big intermodal facility, inland facility. These big gantry cranes are used to lift these big trailers and build trains with them. And this is probably a small yard. Big operations are usually on the coast. Like one of the biggest ones we've ever seen is Long Beach, California. And this is an old road. This is you'll see markers along the side of the road for the Santa Fe Trail. The Santa Fe Trail was a commercial route between Kansas City area and Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's for trading. Here's Gardner Junction. Yep, there's a marker there. It was for trading with the southwestern area, Mexico, and a lot of the natives. We bring goods from the east in exchange for goods from the southwest. Somewhat an immigration route, not really. The main immigration routes were the California Trail and the Oregon Trail. And those, the California and Oregon Trail follow closely parallel to the Santa Fe Trail for quite a ways here, so this is like the Three Trails area. But eventually they diverged, one heading straight west, one heading to the northwest. As you can see, you know, you get a lot of major train traffic coming through here. This is this may be a secondary U.S. route, but it is for railroads. It is a superhighway, and you get on top of these hills, you find a place to pull off or whatever. You can see the trains coming for miles. The next town is Edgerton, Kansas. And I'm hoping there's a decent. I passed the Quick Trip and the Casey's. Now I'm hoping there's a decent place up here I can stop. Because you know I'm drinking coffee. You know what coffee does. Right, Jimbo? Now some people go, I don't like taking US highways because I get stuck behind somebody who's going to drive 45 when the speed limit is 55 or 65. Like, so what? Eventually you can pass them. Eventually they turn off. And I know, you know, with my videos and talking about back roads and stuff, I'm singing to generally the choir, the people that already get it. The people, oh, here comes a train. Coming on fast, auto rack train. But as I say, you know, the people who already get it, they understand. The people who might be converted, that probably wouldn't be converted, just because, well, it looks like there's a Casey's, maybe? Nah, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to stop and take my chances here. DC store. Let's see what we got. Right, Dougie? These auto sales. These mini mart. Let's try it. Hey, Dougies.